OD in the AM with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Quarterbacks rule the world, or maybe it's LeBron James who rules the world. I don't know, whichever one. They all get paid, and they get paid a lot. But quarterbacks are going to rule the news today. Baker Mayfield and Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford. They rule the world, but Bronny and LeBron rule basketball. Good morning to you. What is up Thursday? High school football starts today. I don't know when football season officially kicks off to you. When is it official? Is it NFL? Is it college? Is it media day? Is it today? Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Like when is it officially kick off to you? Is it preseason? What is it?
I think when there's players on the field playing the game at whatever level.
So is that today?
So football season is underway.
So football season begins today with high school football here in the Burque. All right. Football and football. You got choices to make tonight. Are you going to go to that big Academy Rio Grande game at that's Rio Grande at Milne Stadium,
Grande.
or are you going to go? Or we're going to pre-party at the office and decide which way to go. Do we go over to soccer and watch Rodgers and UNM? Pre-party. I got Addie and her friends coming over. We'll either do Chick-fil-A or Pokey at the office before we go. I haven't decided yet. Or do we go watch football or football? I mean, what do we do? You will be on the call. JJ's got a busy couple of TV days coming up. You know that, A-Marie? I mean, he's not quite as busy as A-Marie, who's got her own radio station, her own call letters. A-Marie's producing for us this morning on as she does every morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's here on K-Marie. It's not quite as busy as you. But he's doing
I think we're all busy.
Play-by-play for Lobo women's soccer against the 6th-ranked team in the country, Rutgers, tonight out at UNM. And then on Saturday, he'll be on the call with Tyler Ortega on ESPN Plus for United versus Monterey Bay. So
NBD.
JJ's, I mean, it kind of is a BD.
It is a BD.
It is a BD.
That was sarcasm.
Yeah, no, I understood. I caught the font. Mine was sarcastic back. You didn't
I like
catch
it.
that?
No,
All right.
I got it.
All right, I just want to make sure. All right, so United last night out at the ball pitch. Lose 2-0 to a Memphis 901 team who is second in the table in the Eastern Conference. Came out strong, had opportunities early, and then really had no opportunities after that. Didn't challenge the keeper. Got beat on a beautiful goal in the first half. The leading scorer in the Eastern Conference scores in the second half. 2-0. They have now lost, I believe, the most ever games, home matches in a row, a 3-game losing streak at home. They have 1 point in their last 4 outings. That was a draw, which they held on to in L.A. against Galaxy 2 last weekend, and scuffling a little bit.
Yeah, good team came in, but United wants to be one of those teams. United wants that ballpark to be a place other teams don't want to come play. And so far at home this season are 3-4-5. So there's three wins.
3 wins at home in, what is that, 12 matches? Yeah, 3-4-5 is 12 matches.
Yeah. There's 3 wins at home, and
well, that's why they need a new stadium, JJ. They've got to get a new stadium.
Not about the stadium. It's about.
I mean, they got no home field advantage. I mean,
Absolutely.
You know, when you lead all your press releases with attendance and they're big numbers, but it's just not intimate enough. Is that not it?
Nope.
Okay.
Not it. Because you still got the biggest Minter crowd in the.
That's what I thought.
In the league,
yeah.
So you're fine.
All right.
They're not finishing chances. They're buzzing for the first 10 minutes. You got to have someone step up, put one of those crosses in the back of the net. In the second half, Memphis defended. They had no idea what to do. United could not open anything up. You can not get anything going in the final third. And you can keep throwing all the forwards you want at it. That's not the answer to this right now.
So are they a nice team that just isn't as good as some of the better teams? They
haven't taken that step yet.
Because Zach Prince, and I listened to some of his post-match quotes, his press conference. He's the head coach and technical director of New Mexico United, and he talked about how chances got away and how it's a mindset and it's an attitude and they need to be more aggressive and we're right there and we're in the right spots and we just have to improve our focus and it's never we got beat tonight, and which is okay, but I don't know, man. That's 1 point in 4 matches, and are sometimes the other guys just better.
Oh, Memphis was better.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
I thought Los Dos in the second half was better than them the other night, too.
I played them in the second half. And you could say just off for first 15 minutes of the game. Then after that, Memphis tilted the field. They just like you're not going to do anything anymore. You're not going to be dangerous in the final third. You're not going to get the ball wide in positions where you can put it into the box. And Memphis controlled the game for the next 80 minutes.
Was it last week? One of the matches. So who beat them last week at home? It was Sacramento, and who else beat them? But they remember when they gave up 2 goals? Was Sacramento 2 goals in the 5-minute span?
And it was there because the second goal last night, they were throwing the kitchen sink forward.
And so nobody was back, and yeah, I get it. They did, but it's not like you go back. There was a match where they hit the cage 4 times. Okay, you had chances. I watched most of it. They didn't have matches.
Anything dangerous like on goal.
Yeah. Sometimes the other guys, I just outplay you, and I thought that's what happened after the first. I don't know about 7 minutes last night. I thought they came out and it's like, all right, they heard it, right? Zach's been into them, and I thought they came out and they had chances early, and I'm like, oh, okay, this could be kind of what you want it to be, and it went the other way. And I thought after that first goal, I just felt a deflation. I wasn't in the ball pitch, you were, but did you feel a little deflation in the place last night?
It was here we go again.
Yeah,
you're getting in the places you want. You're attacking the way that you want to be attacking, and nada.
By the way,
again at home.
Of those 3 wins at home, was one of them the 7-0 win at UNM Soccer Complex?
I believe so.
So they've only won twice, the opener and one other in Isotopes Park. They've scored a total of 5 goals in 7 home appearances, their last 7, 1, 4, and 2 in those contests. And they're just struggling at home. And it's not like they're scoring a bunch. Well, they're playing well on the road. They played really well on the road, actually. But back at it. Monterey Bay comes in. Now, Monterey Bay is one of the teams that are lower in the table, a team that you look at the USL standings or table if you prefer, and it's a team you think, all right, this should be your get well pill, right? Coming in here next on Saturday.
Should be. However, they've won 4 of their last 5.
Have they really? They're 9 wins. So 4 of their 9 wins have been their last 5 matches.
And they're only 4 points out of a playoff spot right now.
They're 9 wins, 12 losses, and 2 draws. And at 29 points, they are 5 points back of a playoff spot. Yeah. United falls to 5th in the table. Sacramento Republic was a winner last night, so they jumped New Mexico United. And all those games that we were hearing about, United, they have games at hand over all these teams in front of them. Everybody's kind of caught up to them. And, in fact, Sacramento's got a game at hand, which means they played 1 less game, which means more opportunity to get points. El Paso's played 1 more. They're tied with 5 points back. So they're solidly in 5th place right now. But that was the deal at the ball pitch last night. If you were out there, and I love your thoughts. But it's a team right now, and JJ will be on the call on Saturday. So I know you took a lot of notes because you're a note taker, which is good. I like that a lot. That's not a bad thing. Please don't. You
helps me file things away.
No, everybody's got their system. So I know you took a lot of notes, but. JJ will be on the call. All right, tonight you get Lobo. JJ will have the play-by-play tonight. Who are you working with, Tyler, tonight?
Yeah.
So you switch roles for United and for you take the play-by-play and he takes play-by-play for United. You'll do it tonight?
That is correct. He is the voice of United.
All right, what is Rodgers? Aside from the 6th-ranked team in the country, so all we've heard is numbers. They went to the national semifinal last year. Lobo women's soccer tonight opens up against one of the best teams in the nation.
Well, they returned 9 starters from a team that won 19 games last season.
Put that in perspective. So 19 and Lobo.
So that was
15,
a program
right?
record for Rodgers.
Yeah.
A team that lost in a penalty shootout in the Final Four to the eventual national champion, Florida State. A team that, Coach Heather Dyke yesterday, they have national championship aspirations.
And
they
realistic.
believe that they're going to be right back in that same spot, especially with the players that are returning. They will be without one of their midfielders today because she was with the under-20 team playing in the under-20 World Cup yesterday.
All right.
So that kind of just shows you the level of talent that they're getting at Rutgers for their soccer team. But the players, they're excited at the opportunity to catch up with some of them yesterday, and they're embracing the opportunity. They understand it as a program. The experience that they had going to back-to-back NCAA tournaments last year, And when they played TCU and BYU, and it was not a good result for them, they need
5-0.
I think BYU was like 6-0.
Yeah.
BYU was essentially like a 1 seed last year. The Lobos got dealt with in the first round matchup in the NCAA tournament. But the players understand not just the opportunity that it is, getting a 6th-ranked team to come out here
It's a
to
big
start
deal.
their season,
Yeah.
but they need to play games like this because you're not getting this experience anywhere else.
Well, okay, if they get a result tonight, Lobo women's soccer, it would be analogous in the soccer world. Now, I'm not going to tell you it's going to have the impact amongst the common sports world, but it would be analogous in the soccer world to the Lobos going and defeating USC in football. Right? I mean, that would be, again.
Well, there's more
wouldn't-
respect for UNM's program, so I think it would be more
So it'd
like
be more Boise State beating USC? San Diego State beating USC?
something along those lines.
All right.
Because realistically, right now, New Mexico's a top 40 program. Because I was talking with Heather yesterday. She's like, if somehow, some way, we get a result against Rutgers, and then even play like Texas Tech to a draw, she's like, we're going to be a top 25 team.
All right, so it would be like a team, and that's fair because they were picked to win the Mountain West. So that would be take a Fresno State, a San Diego State, a Boise State, and that would be them beating who's the 6th-ranked team in football in the country in the preseason poll? Ohio State, USC, Notre Dame. I mean, it would be analogous to that, and so that's what that would mean tonight. Now, again, if they get beat by a score of 5-0 like they did or 6-0 in the NCAA tournament, it would be analogous to San Diego State getting beat 50-7 by USC, right? And all right, well, that's what expected. See what happens. The little guy try to step up. So this is a big night for that program tonight, and I hope the soccer community does go out there. We heard a lot about how, and I don't discount anybody. I don't think anybody was disingenuous, upset when men's soccer program was cut, when it was eliminated. But you still do have soccer over there. You still do have a program that is very good, that goes to NCAA tournaments, that wins the league championships with a terrific. And I'm not telling you that because she's a friend of our program, because she's good people, because she's from here. I'm telling you because she is incredibly highly respected in her profession and everywhere she goes. An incredible coach who's putting together a program over there. And so I would encourage those of you who, in that soccer community, who talk about how you want to support the local and how important UNM soccer is, and all those things that were said when the men's team was taken away from you. You have an opportunity tonight against one of the best, and I'm not blowing smoke at you. I got nothing vested in this, but this is really the level of the opportunity that you have tonight. Am I exaggerating?
You're not exaggerating. It's people want this to be a soccer town. You should step up when you have an opportunity like this. For the women's soccer program, the amount of people that went out to a midweek game that talk about wanting this community with that sport to grow. This is a huge opportunity against a team that's done it. They've won back. They won in one calendar season. They don't play seasons, like COVID canceled, so they played a spring season, won a championship, got to the NCAA tournament, came back a few months later, won a championship, got to the NCAA tournament, and they're doing it with kids that are bought in from other places that have come to love New Mexico, and guess what? You're New Mexico kids as well.
All right, when we come back, we're going to get into a bunch of other stuff. The quarterback stuff, absolutely. LeBron's record-setting deal and the amount of money that LeBron James is going to get for 2 years for the Lakers at the back end of his career is insane. But that's not even really the headline of LeBron signing this extension with the Lakers. We'll get into that. It's the opening drive. Jerry Palm at 8:30 this morning, CBSSports.com stud. He's going to be back with us on Thursday starting today. 9:30, I know you're going to enjoy Logan Bonner, Utah State's quarterback, who led Utah State to a Mountain West Conference championship and a bowl victory in the LA Bowl last year. He'll be our guest at 9:30. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mix a little sports analysis, pop culture, and great interviews.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food.
The leader in earning money in the National Basketball Association, he'll have made it over $500 million in guaranteed career money. And it's good for him. He's got a no trade clause because he's got it was an extension, not a new deal. Starting salary of $46.7 million, the 15% trade kicker, and his stature. It's a Laker as long as he wants. And as long as he wants, it's going to be interesting because the big talk is he wants to play with his oldest son, Bronny. Bronny is entering the senior year of high school. He's NBA draft eligible not after this season. He has to go one season G League or college, and then eligible to be in the NBA. So that would be the last year of this deal. There's the opt-out. Now, JJ, I don't know how the opt-out works. Does he have to opt out before the draft? Because, I mean, all the talk is if you're a team, basically you got the 5th pick, the 7th pick, the 10th pick, you're drafting LeBron James, right? If Bronny's there, you get LeBron James for a year because he's going to come play with his son because he's got that opt-out clause. It's a big deal, and everybody's, well, is it worth taking Bronny? I hear Bronny's good, but not that
Not
good.
in the lottery. It's
Well,
not worth it.
all right, but you're drafting LeBron James
For a year.
for a year. What's it worth to your franchise?
I think for a franchise that hasn't done anything in a while, if it's
Sacramento
an antsy
Kings,
owner?
Oklahoma City.
that if it's early second round, Bronny's on the board, why the heck not?
So early second round, yes. I'm going to go back to what year are we in? Let's go 2019 NBA draft. And you tell me if some of these guys aren't worth picking LeBron James for a year, you'd rather have some of these guys. Now, I'll give you Zion, John Morant, DJ Barrett, DeAndre Hunter. Darius Garland, would you rather have him or Bronny and LeBron for a year?
Darius Garland,
Okay, Jarrett Culver,
LeBron James,
Kobe White,
LeBron James,
Jackson Hayes,
LeBron James,
Rui Hachimura,
LeBron James,
Cam Reddish.
LeBron James.
Every one of them from 6 to 10, you told me it's worth taking them. Like every one of them. Right? That's still lottery. Number 11, Cameron Johnson, P.J. Washington. I mean, I'm just telling you, as drafts go, we always say, and this is I'm arguing your point here now. You always tell me draft picks are just whatever. Get what you can. They're draft picks.
Yeah, but the thing too is, even if it's LeBron for a year,
yeah. And what's LeBron in 3 years?
I think,
from now?
yeah. But then you just handed Bronny, who might not be a lottery pick,
100%.
a guaranteed contract.
A lot of money. Yeah, you're weighing it. What's it worth to me? And so you're
and I don't even know. And it would be fascinating because LeBron is so hot and cold. And then so if you know, like, it's just a year of LeBron.
Yeah.
If you're an Orlando Magic fan,
Yeah.
is that, like, are you going for that entire year? Like, are you even like, wow, LeBron James is here? Or are you like, this is a charade?
So I think there's so many tentacles to this, right? First of all, it is a charade. Yeah. Because it's a 41-year-old LeBron James. Now, I think he'll still be fine. Everybody seems to think he'll still be an all-star caliber player, maybe, if his body holds up. How good is Bronny? And everything I hear as he goes, he's good. He's not great. He's not a lottery pick, right? Is that everything you hear on him? I've not seen him.
He's
supposedly the younger brother, Bryce, is better than Bronny.
He grew like
He's like
foot
6'6" at 14 years old. Yeah.
in the past year.
Yeah.
Bronny is
Nice, fine, okay.
good. Bronny,
Yeah.
do you see that dunk he threw down?
Okay.
Dudes ain't doing that a lot. So he's got
All right.
plus athleticism. It does look like he's committed to his craft.
I'm sure he is.
So is he going to be like a 5-star guy? I don't know if he's going to be that, but he's going to be a dude that it's good. I think
got a
better than fine.
All right. So, I mean, put him in the draft in 2 years from now after his high school, right? So after the next 2 seasons, he should be, what, a late first round, early second round pick?
I think he could develop into a draft eligible prospect, but for him, it's a no-win situation for Bronny.
Absolutely right.
Now, he has handled
the win is the money.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
I know, he doesn't need the money. I got it.
But he's done nothing in this situation to where you look at Bronny, you know, like, I can't stand this kid, get over yourself. Like, he's put in the work. Like, he's actually showed up. He grinds.
That's what I hear.
He puts up with the mess because he's LeBron James' son, and he's target number 1 for everyone at all these tournaments.
Sure.
So I'm very impressed with where he is
How
as a
he's
basketball
handled it.
player and how he's handled it.
Yeah.
But now you're just like, man, that's got to be a weird feeling.
And Daddy's put him in that spot
for
because
Bronny.
Daddy wants to play. Yeah.
Because it's not quite Ken Griffey Jr. situation where you're just like, wow, this.
Well, Kenny was the best player, period, coming up, and his dad was on the back end. A couple things here. LeBron's putting him in a really tough spot because LeBron wants to play. What kind of game does Bronny have? How's he handling it? I hear all the time, and this is I find this to be so short-sighted. Well, he knows how to handle pressure. He's handled the pressure all the way up. He's always been LeBron James' kid. Everything you said. He goes to these AAU tournaments, and he's and all that is right. But with all due respect, the pressure that he is going to feel if he gets drafted by the Knicks and has to go to L.A. and play with his dad and be LeBron James' kid. And I don't even care if it's the Knicks or Oklahoma City or Orlando or Sacramento or Cleveland or wherever. Cleveland.
Well, not even just that pressure, but even at that point, Bronny's like, am I ever going to get a shot? It's like you just drafted.
He's going to get a shot when his dad leaves, right?
Sign.
Yeah, he's going to get a shot when his dad leaves, and it's going to be a year. And it's going to be the Bronny tour, and LeBron's going to puff his chest and look what I've done. I get to play with my kid. I'm the first guy, and that's cool and good. I mean, he's earned it, right? He's earned all these opportunities. Like LeBron James has earned all these opportunities. If you're, I don't know, pick your guy, Tyler Hero, or give me a back end guy, give me a retiring guy. A really good player, but hasn't earned the opportunity to just stick around to play with his kid, right? I mean, pick one. I don't care. Whoever it is. I mean, John Stockton didn't earn it. Karl Malone didn't earn it, but LeBron James did. I'm not begrudging him that, but what would you do? What's it worth? And so if the Knicks are still brutal in 2 years, do they burn a draft pick so they can get LeBron James for a year? Or is it a Washington Wizards who you haven't heard of for 2 years? Or is it a Charlotte Hornets who is trying to put people in the building? Or is it an Orlando Magic who are trying to get relevant so people will talk about them for 1 year and buy their gear? And we're going to have the conversation of what does it mean for LeBron's, he loves his legacy. He wants to be a Laker. He talks about retiring as a Laker. I mean, is he going to strong-arm the Lakers? The Lakers have no draft picks until the second round, right?
Well, he has an opt-out after the 2 years.
He does. So that's what I was asking you earlier. So when does he opt out? When do you have to opt out? Is it after the draft or before the draft?
I will look that up because I don't know it off the top of my head.
And I imagine he can opt out before and then re-sign at that number or whatever. I don't know what the technicalities of the caps and all that stuff, but I look at it, and I've been listening to so much conversation about this, and what's it worth? I mean, what is it worth to your franchise? If you are a Celtics fan, if you are is it one of those teams that just need help with the brand? Because if you're on the verge of thinking you were a second round playoff team last year, and we're talking 2 years from now, I'm getting LeBron James for a year. All right, yeah, we'll take his kid. And how high do I draft? Because
has LeBron James, we don't know.
We don't know.
Like it will be
100%.
Has LeBron James pulled a Tom Brady? Like we cannot answer that question.
Yeah.
It's a whole Tom Brady thing. In the last few years, like is he gonna fall off? I don't know. Is he gonna fall off? Like you just can't make that determination.
Would you
until
say
you see
he
LeBron
has fallen off at all? Is LeBron James' game slowed down in the last 3 years? He's been hurt more often, right?
But when he's on the court,
he's still pretty damn good.
You don't watch LeBron James go, oof.
Yeah, there's an old man trying to hang with the kids. No. When he's on the court, he's still.
Are there dudes that you're taking over LeBron James now in the conversation? Yes, like because of their age and talent. But when LeBron's on the court, he's not the guy you're watching. Oh, no, this is the guy hanging on.
But after 2 more seasons, Edward says a team doesn't necessarily have to draft Bronny. He can be an undrafted free agent. Yes, but I think somebody's going to draft him. I mean, I just don't think he gets through the draft because there's no way he gets through the second round. If you know you're a team, second round pick, I'm drafting LeBron James. I mean, I'm sitting there with the 34th pick, and there's Bronny. I'm drafting LeBron James for a year.
And then part of this, too, is maybe you're actually getting a pretty good player in 2 years in Bronny.
And then there might be that.
Like, but I'm getting
LeBron James.
Make the roster, and we got LeBron James.
But the realization is, with the 30 whatever pick, if you're sitting there, LeBron James is on the board.
Yeah, they're going to turn in the card, and it's not going to say Bronny. It's going to be like
LeBron James
James
Jr.
drafted by
Yeah.
the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, I think that's right. All right, it's that time of year where we're getting storms, and I suppose we're going to get a lot of them here in the next few days. After the storms are over, and probably now your car looks crummy, right? I mean, because we've been getting storms, and they make it dirty, and then you drag all the mud and the junk and the stuff inside. You had a summer worth of activity going through your vehicle. There's food under the seats. There's just call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Have them take care of this for you. Have them detail your vehicle. Have On the Spot Automotive Detailing detail your car, come out and make it look and feel and smell like the day you took it off the lot. Remember how nice it was, how fun it was to get in your car? You actually enjoyed getting in your vehicle. Let them take care of this for you. Under the hood, around the rims, the tires, under the seats, detailing your vehicle, just like all the car lots do. And they come to you. I don't have time either. I got it, man. I don't have time to take my car. You don't need it. You know you're going to be at the office for a couple of hours. Have On the Spot Automotive Detailing come out, and they'll be in the parking lot. They do this wherever and whenever it's convenient for you. When they're done, you go outside, whammo. And everybody, it's literally how it happened. People were like watching and just going, oh my goodness, that looks so cool. How can I get it done? It's pretty easy. You call On the Spot Automotive Detailing and have them come out and do it for you. They offer ceramic coating, the best way to protect your paint for years to come, and they offer a 10% discount to our military. Call On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Make your appointment at 505-859-2859, area code 505-859-2859, or online at otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Per year? What's that do for you? Jersey sales and profile and image, and all of a sudden now you're a place to be. Hell yes, you're doing it. I mean, yeah, theoretically, could he be an undrafted? Sure, you can do it that way. But there's no way, if you know that daddy is tied to him, that Bronny's getting through the draft. You're drafting LeBron James for you.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine LeBron James, the Indiana Pacer?
I mean, so that's the other piece. What does that do to his legacy? If his last year is...
I think at that point
No.
it doesn't do anything.
Just nothing?
No.
No.
Okay.
He's going to stay in a
Like, we'll
market,
mention
like not a
it
small
because
market
it's
team.
such a crazy story.
Yeah.
But I don't think all of a sudden it'd be like, man, LeBron James was a good player until...
Go back to Cleveland for a year with his son.
No,
You know what?
And
I mean, come on. That's the story I see.
No,
I'm
that's
like,
a winner.
I'm like,
Well, that's why I just
come
said
on, that's
Cleveland
Disney
earlier.
for
Yeah.
you. Just
No,
go to
I said Cleveland
yeah.
when I was going through those teams.
Yeah.
Cleveland just blows it off. I mean, like if it falls to
Back to
Cleveland,
Cleveland.
it's easy. I don't
Goes
even care if
full
Cleveland has
circle.
number 2 pick in the draft. They do that.
Yeah, it goes full circle.
Yeah, that's the story.
That's the one I'm
Last-
like, okay, I can get on board with this
That's
one.
Last Dance stuff, right?
Not-
Give me
Yeah,
a 10
come
part
on.
series, and I got to watch this mess.
LeBron James and the Orlando
really?
Magic.
Did you guys see the Manti Te'o thing, by the way?
I heard it's really good.
Where's that?
Sorry, not this is just because we're talking about future documentaries. I'm sorry, it came out. I think it came out like this week, but I
On
watched
what?
it Netflix.
No, I've not
It's
seen it.
insane. Just randomly, I went
Insanely good?
yes, it's more like fascinating
Yeah.
Because he was legit
and crazy.
catfish.
Oh my gosh, he was legit catfish.
Like at the time, people were saying, "Oh,
He
you're,
was in love, huh?
you're crazy. You just made this story
It
up."
is. It's 2 hours, and I was sitting down to watch Hard Knocks last night, and I just saw the Twitter exploding with this Manti Te'o thing.
So it just dropped last night?
I think so, or it just became big last night. I don't know, but I was all in.
All right.
Just let you know, put on your list.
Yeah, no, I will. I want to go back to this LeBron thing, and just because of legacy. Does LeBron James number 23, and there was all this talk, and with this, is it Apples? Which one is, there's so many Laker series, documentaries, dramas, where Shaquille says,
Can't
you want to
keep
be a
up.
Laker great or a Laker legend. Which one is
Oh,
that?
the Hulu one
Is
that's
that the
coming
Hulu
out?
one? All right. No, honestly, there's one
No,
on
I know.
Apple. There's one. There was HBO's.
I
there
know.
was-
One does one, then the other
Might
does
be.
one.
Okay. Does LeBron's number get retired by the Lakers?
No.
So I thought absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
And then I saw the Lakers are going to retire Pau Gasol's number. And I can absolutely eat the argument that Pau Gasol's a better Laker than LeBron. Now, nobody in their right mind, not even me, is going to tell you Pau Gasol's a better player, had a better career than LeBron James. Who's a better Laker?
How many
2.
numbers have the Lakers?
Lakers have retired a lot of numbers. Now, I mean, you can go Gail Goodrich, Will Chamberlain. I mean,
No, they got a lot of them banners.
there's a number of Lakers. I'll get you the exact number.
When did LeBron switch
They're not
numbers?
Can they
sure.
do an honorable mention?
Well, it's your point. Which number would they retire? 23 or 6? And
no.
6 is already retired by the NBA.
Absolutely.
Can they do an honorable mention? Because I like Pau Gasol, but that doesn't even feel like he should have his number retired as.
I kind of felt that way. Here are the Lakers. Lakers have retired.
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant's 8 and 24. Wilt's 13. Elgin Baylor's 22. Gail Goodrich is 25. Magic's 32. Kareem's 33. Shaq's 34. Worthy 42. West 44. Jamal Wilkes is 52. That's a lot. 1, 2,
Gonna run
3,
out of
4,
numbers.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people.
You got 0 through 99.
10 players with 11 numbers. It's like, well, the Yankees have no numbers in single digits. They've all been retired. You know that?
Oh.
Pee Wee
guess-
Reese was 1,
oh,
Jeter
wow.
was 2, Babe Ruth was 3, DiMaggio
Wow.
was 4, Gehrig was
Okay.
5, I think Yogi Berra was 6, Mantle was 7, maybe Mantle was 8. But they've retired all their single digit. Maybe he was 9. They've retired all their single digit numbers. Yeah.
You know how some athletes they go back to their former teams for a day and retire and
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe LeBron should retire as a different team.
Well, he should retire as a Cav.
Totally.
I mean,
And that 23 could do that. I would accept that.
So, but I ask you this because I was surprised. I mean, as a guy who grew up with the Lakers, followed the Lakers, Pau Gasol was a wonderful Laker. When I heard that they were retiring his number and it was going to go with Kareem and Shaq and Wilt and Kobe and Magic and Jerry West and Elgin Baylor and James Worthy and Gail Goodrich, I'm like, wow, I'm not sure I think that fits. Number 6, he was good. I like Pau. He was him and Kobe were homies. So does that make you feel differently when I ask you the question, should they retire or will they retire LeBron's number?
I don't think they should retire either number.
Oh, okay, but they're retiring Pau's. So here we go. As I'm
Does
with
not
you,
make me feel different.
I agree with you. I don't think they should retire either. Pau Gasol was terrific. He was a big part of that championship
And I don't
run.
think Laker fans want that.
To retire Pau Gasol?
No, to retire LeBron's number.
I think that's
he could have came
100%
in and won 4 straight NBA championships.
And he
it'd
didn't,
been
by the way. Yeah.
His
I'm playing what if
asterisk
game.
one.
This is what we do. Like
Yeah.
he could have came in and won 4 straight NBA championships, and Laker fans would have been like, "Cool story. Can you leave now?"
Yeah. No, when are you out of here?
I guess.
Take your kid and go to
Did you guys
Cleveland.
see what Kobe quoted a while back though?
In regards to what?
Pau Gasol.
What did he say?
When Pau Gasol retires, he will have his number in the rafters next to mine. The reality is, I don't win those championships without him. The city of LA doesn't have 2 championships without him. We know that. Everyone knows that.
So I think everybody realizes that.
Yeah, like
and,
what?
and that doesn't and you stop.
Can't
it.
win a
Don't-
lot of championships without a lot of players.
Don't put. Yeah, that's my
Like
point.
what?
Don't push sand on. See, Kobe's not that great. He needed Pau. Look,
Oh, my
everybody had somebody. Everybody had somebody when they won. Nobody won the championship alone. So don't push sand, please.
Stop.
Edward.
Why are we talking about retiring numbers when you're still playing?
Well, I asked you that just because we're talking the
No.
extension, the end of his career, and because Pau Gasol's number's retiring.
I
True.
could see Cleveland or Miami would make sense for LeBron to have,
I think it
whether
should be
it's numbers
Cleveland.
or something in those 2 cities.
All right. I mean, you
But
think it
not
should be
LA.
multiple? So is there anybody who's got their, I'm sure there is, somebody who's got their, in some sport, a jersey retired by multiple franchises. I'm sure there's somebody. Like Hank Aaron, I think, was retired in Milwaukee by the it was the Milwaukee Braves and by the Atlanta Braves, I think. Can you think of anybody else who had just like a great career with 2 teams? I mean,
Wilt Chamberlain is the
Philadelphia?
only player in NBA history to have his jersey retired by 3 teams.
3 teams. So Philadelphia, the Warriors, right?
And the Lakers.
I wonder if in any other sport, but I don't know, man. This will be a good conversation. I don't think I'm with you, JJ. I don't think Pau Gasol, as good as he was, and I don't disagree with Kobe's quotes that they wouldn't have won championships without him. But I just
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not sure I'm there.
I'm not there either.
Yeah. All right. 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610.
I mean, what?
I know. No, that one surprised me. That one really surprised me. The Mick was 7. Thank you. Yeah, Mickey Mantle was 7. But yeah, if you go through, look at Yankees retired numbers. You'll see. I mean, like all the
Oh,
single
I guess
digits.
I never noticed that.
All the single digits are gone.
Interesting.
All right. Hey, your computer systems at work, at your business, are vital to the success of your business. And if they do not work well, productivity grinds to a halt. And there's a lot. You know this. There's a lot that can go wrong. Network servers, remote access, there's hackers. You got to think about all that. And most business owners don't. You don't have time to be computer technicians. May I suggest you get a hold of my friends over at ABQ IT? That's a name you need to know. ABQ IT. Look, they understand this. You want to know 3 things. You want to know your system's going to work. You want to know that your system's secure, and you want to know how much is it going to cost. ABQ IT has a business model with your business in mind. They'll monitor your computers, they'll monitor your network, they will keep everything operating smoothly, provide state-of-the-art cybersecurity to protect your entire operation. Look, we all remember all these cyber attacks that shut the APS, right? The school system was shut down, Bernalillo County. Don't let this happen to you. Don't think it can't happen to you. Call ABQ IT, let them take care of you, and it'll all happen at one predictable cost. ABQ IT handles it all. No more different providers for your internet than your cybersecurity, and then you need new computers. One company, one affordable cost. Get a free assessment, see what ABQ IT can do for your business. Visit abq-it.com, abq-it.com. No more worrying about your computer systems when you do business with ABQ IT.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Edwards sent me a text, claiming that LeBron's still the 5th best player in the game. And I'm not arguing with that. That's got nothing to do with anything now. And he got paid. He got $97.1 million. It's got nothing to do with anything right now. What's he going to be in, after 2 more seasons? What's he going to be worth then? And what will he be? That's the conversation. Yeah, I don't think anybody's argument is he one of the top 5 players in the game now. And who would you take over him? Giannis and Curry maybe, and Jokic, and there's just a few guys, right? But Kevin Durant maybe. Anyway, opening drive 505-246-0610. Did you look up the Yankees thing? Did you see how many numbers are retired? So 1 through 10 is gone. Billy Martin was 1, Derek Jeter 2, Babe Ruth 3, Lou Gehrig 4, Joe DiMaggio 5, Joe Torre 6, Mickey Mantle 7, Yogi Berra and Bill Dickey 8, Roger Maris 9, Phil Rizzuto 10.
Wow.
All of them. And then they've got 15's gone, Thurman Munson. 16, Whitey Ford. I didn't realize how many of the modern era guys, and there's guys, JJ, that were good that I think you and I both go, really? They retired their number? Like Jorge Posada, 20. Paul O'Neill's number's retired. Would you think he would be a retired Yankee number, 21? They're going to run out of numbers, dude. Don Mattingly was great, 23. Elston Howard, 32. Casey Stengel, 37. Mariano should have his number retired. Reggie Jackson did too. Andy Pettit, 46. Ron Guidry, 49. Bertie Williams, 51. That's insane, isn't it? But they like to retire numbers. They like those ceremonies there.
Very big.
Have you watched the Jeter documentary at all? Speaking of the documentaries?
I've watched. I started it, but I have not been caught up.
You've been on it?
No. I read.
I like it.
book
a
little while ago.
Yeah, it's different. Watching him and his demeanor, listening to him speak, he's got that it. He's got that Kobe it, that LeBron it, that goat of a generation kind of a thing. Is that fair? Can we call it Kobe a goat of a generation? Am I going to upset the text line again? I hope I do. Right? But that aura of multi-time champion, you forget some of the stuff Jeter did. Do you remember his last game at home where he had already taken his last at bat and there was no way, and then it's set up for him to come up and single to right field to score the winning run, and so he walked off his last game with an RBI single. Do you remember his 3,000th hit? He was grinding for days and days, and it was the 3,000 hit watch, and he goes 5 for 5, and his 3,000 hit was a home run, not a bloop single. He had the absolute penchant for the dramatic. And stepped into the moment. Now, did he find himself in some moments? Was he a son of fortune? Certainly, getting drafted by that organization was quite fortunate. He found himself in moments. But I asked this question a lot. Find me a more clutch player than that guy. Who do you want up in clutch situations? Go through the annals. pick your sport. Was he pretty damn good?
He was.
I think you guys will like that one. I think it's pretty fast, and it kind of walks you back through a lot of that Yankee stuff, which doesn't seem that long ago when you just think about it. But damn, that was how many years ago? That was 15, 18, 20 years ago. It was good. I enjoyed it. I wonder what people think. All these documentaries, and I want to find the Manti Te'o thing now.
Oh, look up just like a trailer.
Yeah, no, I will. And did you guys? Which one's the Hulu Lakers? Did you watch the Apple TV one? I haven't seen
the
anyone.
Showtime.
I saw the HBO.
I saw
one.
the HBO one.
Yeah, which was
and that's it.
supposedly a straight up dramatization
I
and not
enjoyed it.
factually. I did. We all enjoyed it. It was a good watch. Yeah, it was good. But now I want to hear the ones that Magic's telling me, and I want to hear Shaq tell me. I want since we're having these conversations, let's actually have them. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear from the real Jeannie Buss, not an actress who played Jeannie Buss. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I kind of do want to hear those. I mean, have you seen any of those?
Not those ones.
Yeah, I got to watch those. All right, 505-246-0610. Here's what we're doing in the 8 o'clock hour. We are going to hear from Jerry Palm, CBSSports.com, his triumphant return to our program. We'll continue these conversations. We got to get in the NFL because there's a lot of new stuff. The text line says Tony Perez was clutch. Yeah, he was. For the Big Red Machine, he really was. Yankees number 8 is retired twice. Yogi Berra and Bill Dickey. That is correct. This one says, I agreed with Jeff. Pau Gasol gets his number retired is ridiculous. It's not worthy of that. I don't know if it's ridiculous. I mean, it feels like a stretch. I don't know if it's like, well, that's bonkers. It's ridiculous. It feels like a stretch.
I'm with you.
All right. The Mick was number 7. Correct. Thank you. All right. If you're on the phone, stay there. We're going to hit them when we get back. 505-246-0610. Looks like the Panthers have a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers trying to make good with his receivers. Joe Burrow's got some health issues. 505-246-0610. We'll get into some NFL stuff next. You be tuned in to the opening drive, and you're on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Of us. Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and JJ Buck.
All right, Carolina's got a quarterback, or so it looks like they do, a starter. We're going to get into the NFL stuff. How's Matthew Stafford's elbow? Lots to do, but we've been having a lot of conversation about LeBron and Bronny and LeBron's contract. We talked about United losing at home last night, 2-0, third straight home defeat. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. A-Marie on this side of the television technology. Adrian on the other side, producing for us on ProView Networks. You can watch us on the Facebook, the OD, and the AM. Adrian's doing a great job, and actually it really looks good. If you haven't given it a chance, find it on Comcast Channel 26. JJ's a handsome, strapping young buck, and looks good. And you can, everybody's like, "Hey, what does A-Marie look like? What?" You'll see how beautiful she is.
Oh,
right
thank
there,
you so much.
Right there on your visual medium. Hey, Tony, thanks for hitting us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Oh, you were talking about that Derek Jeter documentary.
Yeah.
And, okay, I saw it, and let me just start off by saying, all you Yankee fans out there, don't get all upset and everything, okay? I'm not a Yankee fan, never have been, never will be. Never was the big Jeter guy. To me, my opinion, he was slightly overrated, okay? Because had he played in Milwaukee, Houston, his career, Oakland, he'd be that Jeter guy, that guy Jeter. Hey, he's real good. He was a very, very good player. Is he an all-time great? I don't think so. But that's just my opinion. Okay, New York made him bigger than what he really was. I think so. That market out there, because come on, it's New York. But I did see his documentary, and I gained a little bit of he was. There was some things about him that I never knew, that it just made me have a little bit of an appreciation for Jeter. Okay, but that's just me. Okay, I like these documentaries because they show you a different side.
Totally. Of
the players. I saw the one for Tua right before he got drafted. That one is amazing. That one is just flat out, hands down, my favorite. That is just amazing what that kid went through at Alabama.
Where was that? Where was that one? Where did you see that? Where'd you see that? I want to see that.
HBO. The Tua one?
HBO one. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's been a while though. That one was, to me, that was great. I really liked that one. I just, the whole thing with the retiring of the numbers, it's like the Hall of Fame. Everything's watered down to me, because now anybody can get into the Hall of Fame. It's before you had to be a game changer, a great to make it to the Hall of Fame. Now, if you had an okay career, you can make it. There's so many guys out there that should be in the Hall of Fame that aren't. But then again, there's a lot of guys who are in the Hall of Fame who shouldn't. There's a guy on TikTok that I follow, and he likes to play a little game where he says, let's analyze the career of certain individuals that are in the Hall of Fame who shouldn't. And there's so many. The guy's got so much material to work from. So it's amazing where we're at right now, where we're okay with just average.
Yeah, it's okay. And I think that's where we're on with the Pau Gasol thing, right? I mean, for the Lakers, Pau Gasol was really good, and they don't win without him. But like Ed just sent me a.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't even know if he's a Hall of Famer. He probably is. He probably is. But Ed sent me this text. It's ridiculous, but it's number 16, so not the end of the world. Who the hell wears that number anyway? All right, fair enough.
I don't know. I look at things because, I grew up in the 80s and I remember the 90s and of course, now and stuff. And everything's changed so much, and it's almost like the word great. The word great, the word love is just used so loosely nowadays. So loosely. I remember when you called the guy great, that's because he was great.
Because he was great.
Now you call the guy great because he had a very good career. Yeah. It's like, so I don't know, but that's just my opinion.
It's good stuff, man.
But you guys have a great day, and hey, just wanted to let you know that I ended up going to that QC Kinetic yesterday.
How'd it feel?
Because I heard it on the radio.
No, that's good. Good. I hope it works for you. I hope you get good results.
Oh God, I hope so too.
All right, man.
You guys have a good day.
Feel well. 505-246-0610. That's area code 505-246-0610. And you can reach out. Look, there's a ton there. The word great, by the way. When I was up in Farmington, I found myself using that word and I backed myself down. I said, let me rephrase that. Because I think it is, and I try not to get lazy and rely on.
Think about all the words that you say, like
I really try not to use those. And we all do have crutch words,
especially when it comes to sports.
Yeah, I think he's right. The word "great" is overused. What's up, Jared?
Yo, good morning.
Good morning.
The previous caller's lost his marbles, and
on Jeter.
It's not all about stats, bro. That's why there's a Hall of Fame, and that's why fanboys like the previous caller don't get the vote, because if it was all about stats, yeah, no kidding, lots of people would be in, and lots of people wouldn't. And it's not all about stats. It's about the overall contribution that player makes to their sport. The overall contribution. Sometimes some of the best stat, for example, without getting long-winded, if people took steroids and their stats are over the top, so they go in and technically they're the best player of all time just because of the stats, you could say yes, you could say no, but it creates a gray area. So it has nothing to do with just stats. Our Charlie Hustle does something with younger girls, but he's got the most hits. Should he go in? What kind of message is that?
Yeah, Jared, I think it partially has to do with stats, right? There have been numbers over the years. 3,000 hits, you're in. 600 home runs, you're in, right? Yeah.
Well, partially. But the reason I was calling is because he's the classic example of why baseball suffers sometimes. Right now, Aaron Judge is on pace to break, let's just say, Maris's record and be the legitimate home run season record holder. When and if he breaks it, that previous caller and people like him are going to be like, wah, the Yankee Stadium's 314 in right field. A lot of his hits were at Yankee Stadium. First off, that's not the case. Second off, on average, his home runs are the fifth longest distance-wise in the league. And his OPS plus is one of the highest in the league, meaning he's a powerful hitter. And a lot of his home runs are opposite field. And if you know anything and you're not a fanboy, then that takes a very strong individual to hit a home run to the opposite field, my man. So it's just really frustrating. And hey, guys, instead of having a great day, I hope your day is okay. I hope it's all right. Okay?
See you, Jared. Have a good day. Look, Jeter wasn't over.
I think that, to Tony's point, that actually enhances what Derek Jeter does.
I agree with that.
Because he was in that market, on that team, winning World Series, and he was a 300 hitter in the playoffs. So I don't get that whole argument where you can go back after the fact and say, well, if he was somewhere else, well, yeah, then he'd be Troy Tulowitzki. But he wasn't. He was in New York. He performed on that stage in those biggest moments, which adds to it. It doesn't say, well, he was just on the Yankees. Well, if Terrell Davis wasn't a Denver Broncos running back, John, we probably wouldn't have 2 Super Bowls. But what's the point of saying that after the fact?
Let me give you this, because I do think he was very fortunate.
I think Brady and Jeter are very alike. I think there's... I don't ever think anyone's going to look at Derek Jeter and say, it's Bo Jackson-like. Okay, if he's not the most talented ever, he performed on the biggest
I think
stage.
Brady and Jeter are very alike. Yes, they were they took advantage of really fortunate, good situations and won a lot of championships. Okay. Josh just sent me a text, and he says Jeter slightly overrated Number 6 all-time in hits in 2 less seasons than the people in front of him. That guy's crazy. Jeter's not overrated. Okay, you don't have to like him. You don't have to like the Yankees. And I get it, man. In that period, you and maybe me, and we got sick of the Yankees winning. And so you get sick of the Yankees winning, and you get sick of Jeter, batting for the Yankees. Number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2. You get sick of it, right? I mean, I get it. He's not overrated. He was a consummate winner. And to Jared's point, man, it's not all about numbers. The Hall is partially about numbers. Yeah. It is. Especially the baseball Hall is partially about numbers. There's magic numbers that historically have got you in. 600 home runs you're in, 3,000 hits you're in. I mean, there's been numbers. Derek, I mean, Tony, I love you. And you and I have been doing this on the radio for a lot of years. But I think you're wrong on him overrated. Now, to JJ's point, I think you're right. Was he the most physically gifted player? Was he Aaron Judge? Was he A-Rod? No, he didn't have. I don't think those God-given skills. He had it though. He had it. You know, I always think of that play in the World Series, that flip to Posada, the Bab to cut off that errant throw to get the guy at the plate. I mean, that kind of stuff. Deep in the hole, diving into the stands, coming out with the facial laceration. That means a cut on your eye. He had it. Whatever you define it, right? I think we all talk about whatever your profession: comedy, radio, baseball, basketball, banking. There's an it, right? There's that unspoken talent, and he had it. And there's something that I don't know how you're ever gonna tell me that he's overrated. But you know, if that's your opinion. 505-246-0610. You can continue on that. I love that conversation. Tony said he heard me talk about QC Kinetics, and he went over and he made an appointment. I suggest you do as well. Look, there's so many of us who are living with joint pain, chronic pain, man, just in your knees, your back, your elbows, whatever it is. And you've been told that surgery, that drugs, that steroids, it's the only way that you can get rid of that pain. Well, I'm going to tell you about QC Kinetics. New therapies, advanced all-natural biologics, regenerative treatments that can restore and repair damaged joint tissue, that provides lasting relief with no drugs, with no surgery, and with no downtime. It's been working for thousands of patients across America. Elite athletes. Emmitt Smith used it. Brooks Koepka, Tiger Woods. This helps people feel better. And if you're tired of living with pain, knee pain, hip pain, whatever it is, shoulders, don't just think the old ways of dealing with it are the only ways. You need to learn more about these new biologic therapy options that could possibly change your life. Call QC Kinetics now. Look, this is basically a free second opinion. It's a free consultation with local medical professionals. Here's the number: 505-226-8688. 505-226-8688. That's QC Kinetics, 505-226-8688.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Good conversation this morning, man. I didn't know we were going to go on to Jeter today either.
Who knew?
I didn't. All right, there is some news I want to get to. We're going to talk to Jerry Palm coming up here in a few minutes at 8:30, and I'm looking forward to catching up with Jerry and start talking some college football. All right, it looks like in the National Football League, the Carolina Panthers have a quarterback, Baker Mayfield, is going to be, according to Tyler Sullivan an hour ago on CBS, the Panthers will name Baker Mayfield the starting quarterback for Week 1, which is everything you want to see. Because do you remember who they play in Week 1, the Carolina Panthers?
The Browns.
That's right. This was The Athletic, I guess, reported this first. It was trending this way. They went out and got him, and so it looks like he's beaten Sam Darnold for the job. So that sets the stage for, I mean, we're all in, man. I mean, where are we going? Browns, Baker.
Baker Mayfield beats Jacoby Brissett Week 1.
Gets his payback.
Revenge.
So, I don't have a dog in this fight. I mean, like necessarily do I give a damn? But I hope Carolina beats them like 35-3. Is that bad?
No.
And I don't.
The Browns, for a lot of people,
yeah,
and it's not just going to be Deshaun Watson, but they're going to be like, what am I going to do today? Watching the games, checking my fantasy team. Oh, the Browns are playing? Let's see if they get beat badly.
Are the Browns now more hated than the Cowboys?
No.
They're not?
No.
Are the Browns the second most hated team in the NFL?
They could play that role this season.
I think so.
Especially when Deshaun Watson steps on the field.
And it's not even just because they signed Deshaun Watson. It's all the stuff that they did to try and protect him and everything else. I think all of that goes into it. But yeah, I do. I think they're right there. All right, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow says his appendix ruptured. So he had discomfort. It was a little more pressing. He had an appendectomy, thank you, back on July 26th. What's this? So almost a month ago. His appendix ruptured. He had surgery. He was he's not doing any contact drills, obviously, but he was in team drills of practice for the first time yesterday since he had the procedure done. And he is planning on being ready for the regular season September 11th, but he needs to add weight. He needs to get his body back to preseason shape. He said he's not expected to play in the preseason. But this is a guy who went to the Super Bowl last year. He said, quote, "I think it'll be okay. We have a good plan as far as nutrition, weight room, and all that stuff. I feel good right now and just hoping to feel better." This feels like a little more serious than they're letting on. I mean, I don't know. Guy's going to get hit in that area all the time. I've never had an appendectomy. If some of you have, how long does it take to get back? But he said it wasn't normal appendicitis that you hear about. I didn't really feel much, just getting checked out and had some discomfort, so we thought we'd get it checked out. Turns out I had it, so we had to get it fixed. Does it feel like a little more to you?
Well, any surgery can provide issues, and it's how the individual responds.
Okay.
He'll be playing football this season.
Yeah, monitor
but
this.
It's going to take him some time to get his strength back, as you're saying.
Yeah. I just say monitor this. It just feels like something that's a little bit more than nothing. That's all.
Got cut open because he had an organ burst.
Right where
It's
you
not
get
like
hit all the
it's-
time,
yeah,
dude.
it's
Where
not-
do quarterbacks get hit? Right, like where's the target zone?
Yeah.
I can't go below the waist. I can't go above the shoulders. So my zone is right where you just had surgery, bro. I'm not trying to hurt you. I got nowhere else that I could legally hit you. Right? I mean, honestly.
He'll be fine. I think week 1, week 2 will be fine.
All right. All right, and then yesterday we talked about Aaron Rodgers, and everybody was on Aaron and how he was vocal about he threw his young receivers under the bus because, well, he was critical of them. He was pretty critical of guys dropping balls. I guess they were all to report to a quarterback meeting, or in the quarterback meeting room. Yesterday morning, they all 3 quarterbacks were there, and Rodgers didn't call the meeting, but he spoke quite a bit at it. And according to one of the rookie receivers, Samori Torre, he gave us advice, basically, quote, letting us know that the Green Bay receiving corps has always been held to a super high standard. All the legends who have been through here, it's just about us carrying on that standard and stepping up, end quote. 7th round pick in there, just getting drilled. I don't know why all of this is so public. Romeo Dubs said Aaron spoke to us about what he likes or what not, just based on concepts that he sees. I'm going to guess, you guys, this happens all the time. I don't know that it does or it doesn't. I'm just surprised this is so public. And Aaron made it public by expressing his frustrations to the media after
It's
the
not that
practice
big of
on
a
Tuesday.
deal. Like,
I don't think it is
It's something
either.
to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't look at Aaron Rodgers as now, oh, he's some terrible person. He's
Right.
trying to hold his teammates accountable. He's
He's the
putting
leader of
pressure
the team.
on the young
Veteran.
guys. And I also don't think it's a crazy thing that we're talking about it.
Yeah, no, he's a veteran of a team, a MVP quarterback, and he's trying to get his team going.
So I'm
He's
with
just
you.
probably echoing. It's just putting credence to the stuff that
He should hold the
I'm
standard.
sure radio dudes are screaming in Green Bay. Young wide receivers need to step up. What's going on? What is this franchise doing?
Yeah, and I think that happens all the time. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I think meetings like this happen regularly. And probably,
I would hope so.
And probably more regularly with a veteran legend quarterback like this guy. Who look, I also think Aaron's probably pressing. All right? I think he's feeling it now. He's 37, 38?
37.
Okay. I mean, we're kind of coming to the end of this road too, aren't we?
Yes.
And he realizes he's only got one. He realizes that he was the number 1 seed, they were, and that they scored 3 points and lost in the first round last year. And he just lost his number 1 receiver. And he's running out of time. And there's other good teams in the NFC. And he's got to go through Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford and whatever New Orleans has in San Francisco. And like, this isn't, I think he's feeling it. And I think, I'm not justifying it. I'm not telling you it's right, it's wrong. I'm just telling you, as a human being, he probably voiced frustration. Like, damn, are we going to be able to do this? I just signed, making $50 million a year. I mean, that doesn't suck. But I think he's feeling, there's the end of the road, and there's a bit of an urgency to get this thing done.
I don't think that this is that big of a deal.
I agree with you.
Drama. Hey, and Kirk Cousins dropping F-bombs at practice.
Oh, no.
I love it. I'm all about it.
A football
look
player
at,
dropping
look at young
F-bomb?
boy genius. No, Kirk Cousins, though. He says friggin'.
Whatever, man.
No,
That's a bigger deal?
No, I just love it. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. All right.
I've never seen this side of Kirk.
No, I kind of like it. All right, when we come back, Jerry Palm's going to be with us. It's time to talk some college football. A week from Saturday. Football starts. Aggies will start. We got games right up. We're going to talk to him about – we've been talking to Jerry since the realignment stuff, all that stuff, so we're going to catch up with him. Coming up next, what's your financial goal? I know you have financial goals. How do you get there, though? That's right. It's always a question. Like, how do I know what I want, but how do I get there? Can I suggest you reach out to Kirtland Federal Union's team, and they'll help you get there? Because whatever your goal is, they have products and personal services that can help you get there. So, like, if your goal is long-term, it's retirement, you're planning for it, investing for retirement starts with Kirtland Financial Services. So you can talk to an advisor today if you want. You can start walking a path to a confident future. Are you looking to improve your home? You got a home, you want new floors, new bathrooms? You can turn the value of your home into cash. You can use that money for home improvements, upgrades, more. You looking to buy a new home? Choose from a wide variety of mortgage programs. Partner with a team of friendly, knowledgeable mortgage experts. And if you're looking for a vehicle, competitive rates, unbeatable service, they'll help you drive away in a vehicle that you want, payments with which you can live. So how can they help you today? Stop by any branch or visit them online. It's Kirtland Federal Credit Union, kirtlandfcu.org, kirtlandfcu.org. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life.
The sports animal.
Well, on the day we welcome a legend back to our show, it was announced, and this has been bantied about. I think we knew about this for probably the last 2 weeks, but kind of came out official about an hour ago. Big Ten has just reached a 7-year media rights deal with CBS, Fox, and NBC for football and basketball. It'll run through the 29-30, that's 2029-2030 collegiate seasons. And the big news here is the money, and ESPN will no longer be in the Big Ten business, at least for the next round. So that just came out officially this morning. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. A week from Saturday, 0 week will start. College football will be underway. You will have 0 week, and amongst the games down in Las Cruces, you will have Nevada at New Mexico State. There's some interesting games: Wyoming at Illinois, and UConn at Utah State, North Texas and UTEP, which is a conference game. There's really interesting stuff. Nebraska Northwestern's a conference game in the Big Ten, so you got a lot going on. Welcome back to the show. I know you read him regularly over on CBSSports.com. Jerry Palm. Good day, sir. How you living?
I'm doing all right. If I'm not mistaken, that Northwestern Nebraska game's in Ireland.
It is. It is at Aviva Stadium in Ireland. They're taking. It's a long bus ride. I don't know how they get the equipment buses over there, or the trucks over there.
Yeah, it's hard.
How's the summer? You doing well?
Yeah. Chasing my kids around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been busy, but it's been good, and now just starting to get back into the routine, of the season. Still doing a lot of preseason stuff, but once that gets done, then you start to settle into the usual calendar and flow of the season, and there's a comfort in that.
Yeah, there was nothing usual about the off season. The lunacy
to say the least.
And we haven't talked since SC and UCLA kind of shook the world up, and it felt so different when Texas and Oklahoma went to the SEC a year ago, or a little over a year ago now. It was like, all right, that's weird, and that shakes things up, and gosh, it's uncomfortable. SC and UCLA going to the Big Ten was seismic, and I don't know, you're a Big Ten guy, I don't know where you are on this, but both from a personal level, and really from more of a 30,000 feet, what does it do to college athletics level?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned 30,000 feet, because that's where those two teams will be
100%.
Traveling to pretty much every road game.
Yeah.
It's a 3 hour. It's just over 3 hours from L.A. to Omaha, Nebraska, the closest Big Ten school to either of them. The flight is just over 3 hours. So it's going to be a lot of air travel. Just from the business side of it, you can see why they would want to do that. The Big Ten and these schools. Because there's a lot of money in it, as we just learned today, exactly how much money is in it for those schools. And, that obviously the fact that you've now got the three largest markets in the Big Ten footprint is obviously a key to being able to put together a deal like that. So it's, and they may not be done. The Big Ten may not be done now, but they weren't going to do anything else in terms of expansion until at least, today when the TV deal was announced.
So where does that
TV
go?
deal got done.
Yeah, because Notre Dame's the next piece, it feels like. But there's Oregon, Washington, Stanford sitting there. Well, I mean, they got maybe not the next piece to join them, but the next decision, it feels like. But there's Oregon, Stanford, Washington, and the Pac-12 is just teetering right now, right, on what they do. I think everybody's kind of saying, let's stay together unless you call, and I'm going with you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's not. I don't think the Big 12 is the threat. It's the Big Ten is the threat.
Correct.
Because the Big Ten has got the lure. They've got the money. They've got the lure. It would make sense logistically, now that you've gotten the two LA schools, to set up almost like a Western outpost in the league. It might make sense to do that. So Stanford and Cal could be in play. Oregon and Washington could be in play. They're the two biggest brands, Oregon and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Stanford and Cal are in the two biggest markets, and also a really good academic fit to the Big Ten, which is not unimportant. The Big Ten is always considered an academic fit to be important in expansion. So,
what do you think timeline is, Jerry? I mean, is there any urgency on this? Because I get this feeling that the Arizona schools and the mountain schools, Colorado and Utah, could get nervous at some point and just say, we got to go, and this thing comes crashing down.
Because those schools are not probably on the Big Ten's radar.
No, but they're on the Big 12's radar.
They might be, yeah. I would expect if the Big 12 has a radar, certainly they would be. It's I don't know for sure that things are done yet with the Big Ten, but nothing was going to get done before this TV deal was done. And it's and there's some pressure on UCLA to at least accommodate Cal in some way, because those are the two state schools. And there's been meetings going on this week. In fact, I think yesterday, the University of California Board of Regents, which is chaired by the governor, Newsom, were not happy that UCLA did this behind their backs. So, there's some pressure on UCLA to do something maybe to help Cal out. And if Cal ends up going with them, then that becomes moot, of course. But You mentioned Stanford, but Cal might be the piece that
because of the UC
pacifies
system.
the people in California.
Yeah, because of the UC system, and them and UCLA are both part of that system. It's the opening drive.
Right.
Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com is with us this morning.
Well, Jerry, do you think it gets to a point where football, in terms of separating themselves from everyone else, will do that where you don't have to have all your teams in the same conference, where maybe Pac-12 basketball looks like Pac-12 basketball, but football does its own thing?
Well, USC and UCLA are not doing that. They're bringing all their sports, except for beach volleyball, which I'm really kind of disappointed because I was looking forward to, UCLA and Northwestern on the shores of Lake Michigan in March. These are all sports moves. And I'd be surprised if they did a football-only moves. Jeff, you mentioned Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame isn't joining the Big Ten unless
there's no
being
access.
an independent is no longer viable. And viable is going to be measured both, what kind of a TV deal can they get for themselves? Can they compete financially, but also access to the college football playoff in whatever new form it takes.
And I think that's the biggest issue is access. The TV deal, I think NBC will always be there for them on the TV deal. It's access to the CFP.
Yeah, and so as long as they have that, they're not joining anything. But the fact that NBC is now a partner with the Big Ten makes the Big Ten the more attractive candidate because there was notion kicking around that they might turn around and join the SEC. And I don't think, now that NBC is partnered with the Big Ten, I think if they are joining a conference, it's the Big Ten. But I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime.
What do you think this does, projecting the future of non-conference games, especially in basketball? Are they even going to want to play those anymore?
Are they going to want to play who?
Just anyone. Are these conference schedules going to be 20, 25 games?
Oh, no, it's good. Yeah, you still want to play non-conference games. You have to. First of all, you want to have some early season games to get your rotations and stuff in order. There's no, you don't want to just play conference games and nothing else. That would be, how could you even rank these teams? I mean, the selection committee would, to try and put together a bracket with a conference that didn't play any non-conference games, you couldn't even rank them. They'd be in a closed system. So, no, everybody's going to want to play non-conference games. It behooves everybody to play non-conference games. So, yeah, and you'll still see, most of the non-conference schedule filled with games that those teams expect to be able to win.
Hey, Jerry, so what do you see when it's all settled? Is there a Pac-12? Are there going to be Power 5, Power 4, and then because you've got San Diego State sitting there, and then what about the group of fives?
Yeah, as of today, there's a Power 2. Period.
Yeah, fair enough.
The SEC and the Big Ten are the Power 2. And Power 5 is a term that's not going to go away quickly, but for all intents and purposes, it's a Power 2, and then the next 3 for now, and the group of 5, and then we'll see how things shake out. But, right now, the SEC and the Big Ten pretty much run everything.
Pac-12 survive, or you think they get parted?
Because I think they'll survive in some form. Yeah, I don't know that it'll be the 10 remaining schools, but I think they'll survive in some form.
So they add, is it a San Diego State and Colorado State, Fresno
That would
State?
make the most sense, at least in terms of marketability for the league, would be to add San Diego State, and I think they'd be a good fit. And I think if they're going to do something like that, they should do it pretty soon.
Well, Jerry, there's actually games to look forward to here in a week or so. Before we dive into specifics, are there any teams, let's say maybe outside the top 10, outside the top 15 early preseason rankings, that you like that we should keep an eye on maybe for a playoff push or a New Year's Six game?
I have to beg off on knowing the polls because I never pay attention to them.
Beautiful.
We've had that conversation before.
Yeah, beautiful.
But I'm going to say maybe somebody like USC. I don't know where they are in the rankings, but my guess would probably be the middle of the top 25. That's a team that's really interesting because they could go almost any direction. You've got a new coach who brought in a bunch of new players that are really talented, but can you get them to play together and navigate, a reasonably difficult schedule? They have to go to Utah. They get Notre Dame. They've got, some games that are going to be challenging. if they get things put together, they could make a run at the college football playoff. If they don't, then Lincoln Riley's first year may get looked at with a lot of
scrutiny,
questions. Yeah. So we'll see. But I think, to me, that's the most intriguing team in what is, I'm sure they're in the preseason top 25.
Yeah, they are.
That, to me, is the most intriguing team because you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah. All right, next week we'll hit some of the matchups as we get started. It's just good to catch up with you. Appreciate you agreeing to come back and spend some time with us. You and I have been doing this, gosh, I've been doing that afternoon show down in the closet over on Central years ago and watching your career grow and be part of our show. We appreciate it. I know our listeners appreciate your insight. Read him every day over on CBSSports.com. Follow him on the Twitter. It's, what is it again?
JP Palm, CBS.
I knew that. At JP Palm, CBS. All right, be well. We'll catch up with you next week, Jerry. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
All right, take care. Jerry Palm from CBSSports.com. Why is that so hard for me?
JP Palm, CBS.
Yeah. All right. You can get into what Jerry said. Look, there's a lot there, but and we'll dive a little bit into this television deal because this is huge. It's a huge number. It's a lot of money, and this is why SC and UCLA are now part of the Big Ten. It's the opening drive. Jeff, JJ, A-Marie, and Adrian on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at Car Crafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Jerry back, huh? Been all over the country doing his thing. Coming up at 9:30 this morning, conversation with Logan Bonner. He's Utah State's quarterback. We continue our run through the Mountain West. All right, Big Ten on earlier today. This is the TV deal. 7-year media rights deal with CBS, Fox, and NBC. And so Peacock's a part of it, which brings... it's just interesting with the Notre Dame piece, right? Being CBS, Fox, and NBC, and Peacock, and all the streaming platforms. It'll run July of next year, so 2023. So after the next season after the school year, through the end of the 2029-2030 season. It's the largest in the history of college athletics in regards to dollars. The approximate value of the deal is $1.2 billion annually. How many teams are in the Big 12? In the Big 10, there's 16. How many zeros are in 1.2 billion? 12000, that's 100,000, that's 120 million, 1.2 billion. All right, divided by 16. So that is 75 million. I'm hearing the teams are going to get like $90 million. Schools are going to get about $90 million a year.
Not too bad.
All right. And UNM gets what? 3, I think? 3.5? See the difference, boys and girls? Did you see the brand new facility? Where was I watching on Twitter yesterday? Doggone, somebody's brand new facility that they just walked. It was Florida. Do you see University of Florida? Their brand new football facility, and the guys walked into it for the first time, and how, I mean, the lounge and the locker room and the eating areas and the meeting rooms and the theaters and the pools and the I mean, goodness gracious. And good for them, man. Good for the student athletes, JJ. They're getting it. They're getting everything they want, they need. But that's the difference in these worlds now.
And they're just not trying to hide it anymore.
No.
Oh, it's Division I athletics. No, it's feast or famine.
So 5 linear networks. That means on your television, including the Big Ten network. So there's Big Ten, FS1, Fox, NBC, and CBS. The Big Ten will get 3 premiere windows on Saturday. They'll get the big noon game, which is 10 o'clock our time. 1:30 our time, and then NBC will wrap up each week with Big Ten Saturday night prime time. That'll probably go up against what ESPN and ABC will have with the SEC. So ESPN and ABC will have SEC programming. They will also have probably Big 12, if that means anything to you, and ACC, and I think Fox and ESPN will probably end up with, I don't know where that's going to go, because those rights are still up. I know ESPN and SEC have a long-term deal. So that's what it's going to look like to you. Is it a big deal? Does it matter to you? I think it matters in respect to where you get yourself. JJ, I think it's going to matter more for basketball. I think for football, we are all kind of at a point now where we know we go a lot of places for football, right? Especially in this market and following the Mountain West Conference. We're trained to go to FS1. We're trained to go to CBS Sportsnet. We're trained to go to a lot of places. I think you still, around the country, if you're looking for a Lobo game, you go to CBS Sportsnet or FS1, but you still kind of go to ESPN for your weekday basketball, don't you?
It's the default setting.
Yeah. So I think that'll be interesting how that plays out. But we can have that conversation. You've sent me a lot of emails, a lot of texts. I will get those. Reset you at the top of the hour, which is 9 o'clock. 505-246-0610 is how to get to us. 888-922-0610. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie, and Adrian on K.A. Marie Radio. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream Style Stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
This is the opening drive with three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
Oh, a lot of football talk today, and that's where you are, and I know that. So the Big Ten is now no longer going to be on ESPN ABC. They'll be on NBC, Fox, and CBS. And the way you watch college football, we'll all get into our little grooves for the next 7 years, and we'll watch what we want to watch. You'll find what you want to watch. But that's the big news this morning. Good morning to you. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. A. Marie is producing on the radio side. Adrienne is producing on the television side. Watch us on Comcast Channel 26. Hey, if you've never watched the show, you don't have to change your habits. If you're just around a computer one day and what Adrian does with the show and what Provy does is so good, and you get to see the strapping young buck and JJ, and everybody's always like, hey, who's A. Marie? What does she look like? I want to see her. And you'll see how beautiful she is right there on your television
thank
screen.
you.
So they do a nice job, and so it's another way to consume our content, as the kids like to say. All right, what's your favorite story of the day? Is it the Big Ten TV? Okay, that's great. They're going to get a lot of money. LeBron's getting a lot of money, $97.1 million for 2 years. He wants to play with Bronny. Baker Mayfield's going to be the starting quarterback of Carolina Panthers. Aaron Rodgers spoke with his team. United get beat 2-0 last night. Lobo soccer plays Rutgers today in their opener. What's your favorite story today? You have one? Yankees winning a walk-off. Oh, my God.
Walk-off grand slam for Josh Donaldson.
Yankees can't win. What are we going to do?
They're 3-11 until that point.
Yeah. Were you really worried about them?
No.
I mean, really?
Might not be picking them to beat the Astros right now.
Yeah.
Just not worried about the Yankees.
All right. The text line's crazy. So you guys have filled up a whole page on this.
On Derek Jeter?
Partially, but not totally. No. All right. So I read some of them. On Derek Jeter, luck in the place you play always comes into play. We were talking about Derek Jeter earlier, and Tony called him, thought he was overrated, and that kind of really got people going. We talked about Pau Gasol's number 16 being retired, and who wears 16? Joe Montana, Jim Plunkett, and Len Dawson wore 16. Yeah, but in basketball, who wears 16? 16 is a quarterback number, yeah. So Joe Montana, Jim Plunkett, and Len Dawson did wear 16. But, I mean, as far as we had a texter text in and say, who the hell wears it? Mr. November, Derek Jeter. Can you talk about the Buddy Walk for Down syndrome? It's on the football practice field on September 17th. Rudy, and I'm going to get there, and we're not going to get deep into it today because it's 3 weeks away, but we are going to talk about that for Down syndrome as we get closer, and we're going to bring some people in because that's something that we've been involved with. We talked about the Jeter flip. That was versus the A's, the playoff. Caller said Aaron Judge hits opposite field homers. He bats right, so then he hits homers to the short porch at Yankee Stadium, 312 feet to right field is a joke. That's slow pitch softball distance. Okay. See, so there it is. You knew that was coming. Nothing wrong with that. This is a sure sign the camp is too long. There's not enough stories The Aaron Rodgers thing is a non-story. It's funny, though. If Aaron Rodgers didn't say anything, the media would be saying there's no fire. If he doesn't care, he's aloof, etc. No, I think we all agree with you on that. 00259. We all agree with you that that's a non-story that's being made into a big deal. And this says, outside of the 15 minutes every Monday at 8 a.m., there's been zero discussion about Lobo football at all. I don't think that's right either. There's been some discussion, although...
This night.
How much do you want to talk about camp? I mean, should we be talking about the offensive line battles at camp?
Goodness.
I mean, talk about them. Call in. You're welcome to. We're not going to sit here and break down the cornerback position and X and O this thing. We're just not.
Everyone has different listening habits, too. Might have missed some segments.
Yeah. And this one says, did you guys talk about Aqib Talib yet? Holy freaking moly. This happened at Youth Sports. We need to get into that, too. And we will. John, good morning. You want to talk about numbers being retired. How are you, John?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent. What's up?
Well, yeah, we're talking about, earlier you were talking about retiring numbers.
Yeah.
I have a kind of a different take on that. And, they retire numbers. No one can wear this number anymore. But what if you're a kid growing up and, like, my kid played basketball at El Dorado, and he wore 23 because of Michael Jordan, because everybody loved it, right? 23. And what if you want to wear the number to honor the guy when you're a professional, but you can't wear it because they retired the number? I just thought I'd throw that out. I know there's only one Jackie Robinson, there's only one Wilt Chamberlain, there's only one Bill Russell. I get all that. And it's they're already in the Hall of Fame, and they're already in this, or they're already in that, and they've already made all pro and all these other things, all the accolades that you can give them. But what if a kid wants to wear the number to honor that athlete that they revere and want to be like them? You know what I mean?
There's a couple answers to that. One of them is you can't. Okay? One of them is, you can't. It's retired, pick another number. The other is, and they did it at UNM, go to that player and say, how do you feel about it? And they did that at UNM, right? Number 44 and Bobby Santiago's number and Brian Urlacher's number, I believe, have been, while still retired, players on the current team are wearing it to honor them. So I think, theoretically, the answer is you can't. You got to get a new number. But I
get that, but it's kind of like, I don't know, how can I explain this? I want to wear that number because that was my favorite player, and I want to be like them. I want to model my career and my future like them, and I want to do it because I want to honor them. But you can't wear the number. I know, you can't wear it. You can't.
Well, but let me give you an example.
But it's just kind of a different take.
Yeah, no, Alex Bregman wears number 2 because he grew up and Derek Jeter was his guy, and that's why he wears number 2. But it's on a different team.
Yeah.
When you're retired for that.
I just thought, a different spin on it,
No, it's fair. It's fair, John.
Wearing the number could be honoring the person and saying, that's my favorite player, or what a great person he was, not only an athlete, but everything else. But I can't wear his number? Well, I want to do it because I want to honor him. It's just my take.
No,
my son and I were talking about that the other day, and we kind of agreed on that.
All right. No, thank you, John. Appreciate you. I think it's just one of those things where, that's why dudes wear. All right, let me give you one. Wayne Gretzky wore 99. He loved Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe wore number 9. So he wore 99. So, if your favorite player, let's just say, was Derek Jeter, and you're a Yankee, well, you might have to wear 22. I don't know what the hell, that might be retired. You might have to wear 222 with the Yankees, right? But you'd have to go...
Well, the chance is small, too.
That's right. That's right.
Being on the team of the player and having his jersey number. Alex Bregman's a great example. 2's retired for the Yankees, not the entire sport, unlike we're seeing now in the NBA. The Russell number 6. It's going to be a retired number once the players that are wearing it now move on.
Yeah, that's right. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610, 9:30 this morning. We're going to continue our Mountain West Conference football previews and have a conversation with Logan Bonner. He is the quarterback of the defending champions in the Mountain West Conference. He transferred to Utah State, led the Aggies to a conference championship and a victory over Oregon State in the LA Bowl last year, and he is a character that I think you're going to enjoy. So we'll do that. When we return, and you brought this up on the text line, we kind of do have to hit this Aqib Talib story. There was this is, if it's what it sounds like, this is horrific. There was a fight at a youth football game that ended up in someone getting killed, and it is alleged to have been started by 5-time Pro Bowler Aqib Talib going after a coach. I want to get into that and give you what we know and have that conversation coming up next on the opening drive. I also want to tell you about NuMale. Guys, I've been talking to you, just gentlemen, for a long time about NuMale and how thousands of men benefit from NuMale and their industry-leading testosterone replacement. These men just feel better, right? They've dealt with fatigue and depression, even erectile dysfunction. Now I'm going to talk to men and women because NuMale specializes in hair restoration as well. Hair restoration without side effects. The number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or NuMale, NuMale.com. So you have all kinds of options. You can get a NeoGraft hair transplant, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week with no linear scarring. They have an FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser, proven to regrow hair. And they also offer you platelet-rich plasma hair therapy, which uses your own platelets. It stimulates stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair. Way above my knowledge, but this is what they do, and they do it better than anyone else. Treatments work for both men and women who want a natural, thicker head of hair with no side effects. NuMale's in Albuquerque. The number is 505-652-1688. Area code 505-652-1688 or online at NuMale, NuMale.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company. Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Show. There was an altercation, evidently, this week in Texas at a youth football game. And it ended up in a man being shot and killed. The fight ended, and you know the name Aqib Talib, 5-time Pro Bowler, Rams, Broncos, right? Amongst others. Supposedly his brother, and there's video of this. I don't know how we're going to say supposedly, and his brother Yaqub, the attorneys are saying self-defense. So there was a youth football coach that was shot and killed. There's witnesses, there's video. The story is that Aqib Talib instigated this fight. He crossed the field, upset with a score, confronted the referees. There was a fight. One witness says, and there's more than one witness now that say that Aqib Talib threw the first punch at Mike Hickman. He's a coach, a youth coach. And then Hickman was moments later shot and killed by Aqib's brother, Yaqub. There's video that you can see what's going on, and then you hear pop, 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 pop. Everything about this is disgusting, JJ. I like everything about this. And I don't know, what do we 2-3 times a year have a conversation about youth sports and parents and adults at youth sports, and we all want to go watch our kids play and compete. And there's times where I'm like, you should never be allowed to go see kids play. Like, kids should just go play and no parents allowed. If a grown-ass man who played in the National Football League and made millions of dollars can't control himself at a youth football game, what are we doing?
I'm right there with you. The complete disregard for someone else's life, but then the fact that there's kids around when you pull out this gun to shoot someone, and it's mind-blowing.
Yaqub Talib surrendered himself to the Lancaster Police Department as a suspect. He faces murder charges. His attorney plans to argue the shooting was self-defense. Like, self-defense from what, the yard? Like, were you going to get killed by the guy holding the chains, the yard marker? What are we doing? Aqib Talib's lawyer put out, and Aqib Talib has not been charged with anything yet. Again, he is the one who is said to have started this by throwing the first punch. He threw a punch. And then allegedly, his brother pulled out a gun and shot the coach. Quote from Aqib Talib's lawyer. Aqib Talib was present when this unfortunate incident occurred and is very distraught and devastated over this terrible loss of life. He would like to convey his condolences to the family of the victim and to everyone who witnessed this unfortunate tragedy, end quote. Thank you. Feel better now? Do you feel better? Akib's distraught.
Nope.
There is a dead youth football coach who, Lord,
Because you're likes to fight guy.
It's so right. No, you're so dead right on. And look, the brothers have been in. This is like the third or fourth incident that the Talib brothers have been involved with a shooting. There was a strip club incident. There were a number of incidents over the years with these two brothers. And so, yeah, you're like to fight guy, and you have a gun, so don't fight with me, guy. Why am I bringing a gun? Well, I mean, if you want to be armed self-defense, you bring your gun wherever you want to go. You need to bring it to a youth football game, do your thing. Why are you pulling a gun at a youth football game on a coach? How important is this youth football game? And
it's not about youth football at that point in time. It's
what is
what
it?
you just described. It's the person. There's a track record of who this person is. A bad person. Doesn't care about other people. Willing to shoot someone over a fight at a football game with those kids around.
You just want to puke. I don't know if it was over a score, over a call, over not playing your kid, and I don't even freaking care.
Do you have more positive experiences than bad ones?
In regards to
just
what?
Because you're in it. You have
With
kid that's
youth
playing
sports?
like travel ball that's now
yeah.
a high school athlete.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm getting to that point in a few years. Because we all see the social media videos, you know, the bad ones. But are there more positive than negative?
And it's funny, you and I were just having this conversation off of the air. So I've found lacrosse, although there's been incidents, our lacrosse group, the parents have been, I'll give you one incident. I won't name names. Cross country, and so she's not playing football. She's not playing soccer. Not that there's anything wrong with any of those. I just think you have more incidents that you hear about. We had one incident 2 summers ago where we went up to a tournament in Colorado, and the coach brought a girl up from the JV team, said, "Hey, would you like to come up and be part of the team? You're not going to play much, but you come up and play." And we got beat. We lost a lot of games in that, really good teams. And the girl didn't play a lot. And right after one of the games, the coach shot right across the field, and he didn't go after the head coach. He didn't go after the assistant coach, a big dude. He went after a woman coach, and started lighting her up. And I jumped in, and I'm like, "Hey, man, everybody thinks their kids, should be playing more." And he's like, I'm trying to remember. I remember he said, "I don't know who the hell you. I've never seen you before, and you don't know my kid." And I said, "No, I do know your kid, and I know all about you, and I don't give a damn if you've seen me before or not. You will not talk to her like that, and you're not going to make a scene in front of these kids." And the kids kind of then jumped in, which was horrible because it was as we're clearing the field, right? And he took his kid and went home. His daughter, and I felt horrible for his daughter. And it was like he was ready to go. He was likes to fight guy. He was ready to go at me. And I'm like, all right, here we go. Like this is going to happen in front of all these kids. But I wasn't going to let him talk to. And in fact, it was Audra, right? It was Audra. I mean, you're not. I don't care who it is, but you're not going to talk to her like that. You're just not. And the fact that you went after the woman coach who honestly
says everything about that guy.
He didn't go after the head coach. Yeah. He didn't go after the assistant coach, a big dude. No. He went after her in front of all the kids right after the game. But so we've had that, but not a lot, JJ. I've had by far had way more positive. And I think there is way more positive. You hear about this.
Like this is.
I think this is the anomaly.
Yeah. Because sometimes I question. I've done a little bit of coaching, nothing at like high school level, just with kids, and I've been in some moments where it was like a 7-year-old flag football game, and like there was an opposing coach that was acting like it was the Super Bowl, and you're just kind of like, all right, there's a balance to it. I'm not participation trophy, everybody has to win, but there's a certain level with young kids where you need positive reinforcement. And it's not about making someone soft. It's about building confidence so they want to become an athlete, become a better person, and not get burnt out and run away from something when you're 7 years old. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people out there that still struggle with that think like if you're too positive, you're just going to make another generation soft and have your stupid comments about millennials and Gen Zers and all that stuff, and they get hyper-focused on, well, athletics is the only way, that you're going to be tough and you got to learn the hard lessons. There's a balance to that. And there's got to be a balance to everything, especially youth athletics, boys and girls.
Remember, I always ask you this. Who are we doing it for, right? Who do we do this for? And you're doing it for these kids, and then you're going to tell me, well, what's the right way to do it? And there are plenty of parents who think you just got to ride your kid. It can never be good enough. There's got to be a balance. And how do you ride your kid? Every kid needs to be coached and parented differently. I understand that. And some kids are going to just respond to just being on their ass all the time. But sometimes tell your kid they did a good job. Sometimes, hey, nice play, nice move, good thought. And others, hey, what were you doing there? What happened when you threw that ball away or whatever? I'm not going to tell you how to parent, but I am going to tell you, don't go on the field and throw a punch at the opposing coach at a football game and then pull out a gun. Is that I pride myself on not telling you what to do. Is it fair I say that's a bad idea?
That is great advice.
Great advice.
Bless it. Logan Bonner's next. Is Utah State's quarterback, defending champions of the Mountain West Conference. You can talk to him when we return. Aaron Jones started International Protective Service, IPS, back in 2006. I've trusted IPS not that long, but for a lot of years to watch my home. So do hundreds of homeowners and business owners in Albuquerque and Santa Fe and the surrounding areas, because crime rates are up, officer shortage continues, and people are stealing stuff. And you don't need that in your life, and you can protect what's important to you, protect your family, protect your home, protect your livelihood. Call IPS and have them monitor your home or your business. Passionate about making Albuquerque a safer place to live and work, they watch your home, they watch your business as IPS with highly trained armed guards, so you can even have 24-hour patrols. They come by my house every day, a couple times a day. I leave town, I let them know. They pick up packages that are left on the curb. They do backyard checks and go around the house, make sure everything's cool. If the alarm goes off, they're there within 5 to 7 minutes. Call IPS, see what they can do for you. I think you're going to be impressed. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the Pet Supply Superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Yes, the biggest.
Blake Anderson in his first year turned that thing around, and he did it with a transfer quarterback from Arkansas State. A lot of guys made impressions on us in different ways. Certainly this young man, as we left Vegas, was one of those characters, huh?
Yes, he was.
Here's a conversation with the guy who led Utah State to a conference championship last year, Utah State's quarterback, Logan Bonner.
You come to media day and you talk a lot. People think a quarterback is a vocal leader, loves to talk. Logan Bonner, maybe not so much. You a little out of your element today?
I wouldn't say out of the element. It's just I like talking to guys. I like a lot of the locker room and field talk that you don't hear. I know this is a part of the gig and stuff like that, and I feel like I'm really good at it, turning off and on. But I think there's different levels to talking. You talk different with your team than you do in the media. So, I'm pretty much used to it. I mean, it's been a few years of doing it, and you figure out some things and stuff like that. But no, it's definitely a lot of talking today for sure.
With success comes that. And, and whether you're talking, there's a lot of people talking about you. Mm-hmm. And I know you're going to tell me that we turned the page, and last year doesn't mean a lot, but last year kind of does mean a lot. It brought this program back to a place that I don't know if everybody thought it was going to happen that quickly.
Right.
And especially you making the transfer, you show up in Logan, and you're kind of, I don't know, how'd they look at you? Were you the coach's guy that it took a minute for you to become one of the boys, or how'd it work for you?
It was rough, actually. I got to Logan in 2021 in January, about a week before the first workouts. I was the transfer quarterback, one of like 20 transfers we had coming in. And second workout, I broke my foot, so I was done. I had surgery the next day. Sat on the sidelines in the snow, watching the team run. Didn't say anything. Nobody knew who I was. I was out of shape. Couldn't say much because I wasn't doing anything. Didn't know anybody besides the guys I came in with, the transfers from Arkansas State. And so just really just biting my tongue. And Peasley, obviously, he's at Wyoming now, but he was playing really well spring. He played the year before I got there. And so, it was rough. They didn't know me. I couldn't really talk much because it's hard to talk when you're literally sitting there on a scooter when your teammates are working out and stuff. So waited my time, waited for fall camp, busted my butt in fall camp, and then really had to win the job. They gave us equal opportunities to win the job, and just had to trust in my preparation and stuff like that, and to win the job, and it eventually worked out that way. And then I think the guys really started to get to know me a couple games into the year when I started playing.
Was there a moment that it clicked? Was there a moment that you felt that you won that room over?
Yeah, I think it was the Washington State game.
So early.
I kind of went up to the defense. I was like, hey, just like stop them and we'll win the game. We'll go win the game. And so they stopped them, and then got the ball back with 2 minutes left and went to go win the game, and we did. So, and it was just kind of the moment. Like I think I won the team's respect right there.
Well, you're a kid from just outside of Dallas, Texas, Rowlett, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Arkansas State. So was that an easy decision to follow Coach Utah State, or was there some indecisiveness there of what was going to happen for you?
No, it wasn't an easy decision at all, actually. So I first entered the portal. Coach Anderson was still at Arkansas State. We obviously have a great relationship, and he didn't want me to go. I didn't want to leave. I told myself I'd never transfer. I sat 3 years, and then I was a 2-year starter. Waited my time, told myself I wouldn't transfer, but it was just time for me to go. So I actually had other options. I was waiting on SMU right next to home. I had FIU, and then Middle Tennessee, West Kentucky, Utah State wasn't even on the map. And then he got the job like a week later. And so he basically told me, he was like, listen, I don't even know the depth chart. I don't know anybody there. He was like, just wait a few weeks before I start. Because like if we have an established guy, I'm not going to do that to you. Like, go do your thing. So I actually was going to go to Middle Tennessee. West Kentucky took Bailey Zappi. He's a great player.
Worked out for them.
Yeah, it did. They were interested in me, and the OC basically said, hey, I'm bringing my guy. It's not really fair. I was like, I appreciate it. I mean, I was really leaning towards them. And then, I basically committed to Middle Tennessee. And then I told Coach A, which was the hardest thing I've had to do because I love the guy to death. And he started he's like, hold on. So I had all the coaches call me, and then I was like, yeah, I'm making the wrong decision. So I eventually committed to Utah State, and then never visited, never been up there. And then, I fell in love with it. Fell in love with the fans. Fell in love with everything about it. So I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. So it was a wild ride. It was not easy, though. It was a crazy 4 weeks, for sure.
Bad. Logan Bonner is Utah State's quarterback. First team all-conference last year. And defending champions in this league. Let's not leave out the winning part.
Yeah, and I see that ring you have from that team. So what was that experience like, going from, as you said, you're unknown to a team's unknown to blowing away the Mountain West?
Yeah, I think it was just a chip on our shoulder. I mean, we were picked to finish last. It's just kind of comical for us that what we thought. That was our mentality. It's like, all right, whatever, doesn't matter. I think out of our 11 wins, 10 of them we were underdogs in every single one of them. 9 of them we came back from behind. Unbelievable heart. Nobody panicked. Nobody. We're down to Air Force 12 or 14 points with 5 minutes left, and nobody panicked. It's just unbelievable heart and soul of the team, and I think that we really have that this year. We obviously know we can do it. I think we're a lot more talented in some aspects than we were last year. We really reloaded, and I think that it'll be really fun to watch. I think that guys are really excited. I'm pretty sure Mountain West stuff came out today, and a lot of people are pissed off, so it'll be really fun.
As you go into this camp now, right? Last year, you were the guy they didn't know about. Now you're the established leader.
Mm-hmm.
For you personally, is it more comfortable? It's got to be a totally different mindset, obviously, going in.
It's a little different, yeah. Obviously, last year I had to prove everything. Every day was make or break for me. So yeah, it's a little different, but at the same time, this year's gonna be way harder. Everybody's gonna come. We have a target on our back. So I think just for me, it's pushing in a different way. This time, it's being what I normally was. The only time I've never not been a local leader at the first was last year because nobody knew me. I couldn't work out. I couldn't do anything. But what I've been in the past is a very vocal leader, getting guys going, getting them motivated and stuff like that. So I'm back to more of my roots right now. I think that experience taught me a different way to lead in certain aspects, for sure.
Is there still a chip on the program shoulder? And I say that you guys are the champions, right? You're the defending champions. You won last year. You win your bowl game. You beat a Pac-12 team. And then I look at the polls. I look around the room, and there's the media that I read is still talking about the same 4 teams that they do annually. I know you guys read that, and then I see it on your face, and the answer is yes.
Yeah, I mean, let's go play ball. That's all I can say. Yeah, I'm really, really motivated to go out there, for sure.
Logan, just for you, as the team success is going to elevate you as well, but at this point in your collegiate career, you're finally staring at, all right, there's probably not another opportunity for you to come back.
Right.
You spent a lot of time in college, but what do you want this year to be for yourself as well as the team success?
Yeah, I really just want to learn on what I messed up on last year. I've obviously played a lot of ball, and there were some moments last year where I really just kicked myself. I was like, dude, what if this happened? And so really just trying to maximize every opportunity we get, and it's gonna be way tougher this year. Like I said, everybody has a target on our back, which they should. That's what we work for. That's what we wanted. That's what stuff like that. So I think that it'd be really, really more focused in the fact that I don't want to leave anything off the table for sure. And knowing it's just last year.
Lastly, I know you're going to tell me we're focused on UConn, and I get it.
Yeah.
Then you get to go to Alabama. I know you guys have thought about it. When you think about going to Tuscaloosa playing those guys, excited, nervous? I'm not going to think you're intimidated by it.
No, I played there before. I've played in those stadiums. We played against Auburn. We played against Georgia. We played against Alabama. I've personally played against Alabama and Georgia when they were both number 1, 18 and 19. So it's a tough environment. It's crazy. That's what you go to college for. That's what you want to play in front of. But I think I'll give a good percent. I'm pretty sure they're the only guy on the team that's played there. And I think it's just, besides one of our receivers that went to Alabama, I think that just go in there, they play football just like we do. I mean, their assignments are the same. They put their pants on the same. Yeah, they're really, really good. But at the end of the day, don't be surprised when you make a play. Don't be surprised.
You belong.
We belong here. We can play as well as we want to. Yes, they're going to make plays. They're on scholarship too. They're phenomenal too. That's just going to happen. But what you control. Go in there, play your ball. I think what guys do is they go in there and it's the game's over by the time they walk on the field.
Oh, it's in their head. They're beat.
Dude, when you go out there, don't be surprised when we get a 20-yard run. Okay, we can play. No, we're Division I players for a reason. We can play too. So I think that's the mindset I'm going to tell the guys. Listen, this is, don't get caught in that. Yes, they're very good, and I will never say they're not because they are phenomenally good. It's just, but we can play too. We're a good team too. So.
Congratulations, man. The ring looks good on your finger.
Appreciate it. Trying to get another one.
Go get another one. You got a few more fingers.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
For certified collision and body repair, visit the experts at CarCrafters. 5 locations in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. Visit carcrafters.com.
CarCrafters, it's like it never happened.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
He did.
Over Hawaii, not a tall, big physical presence. And so David and I were talking for a while, and I introduced him to JJ, and JJ did a double take. I'm like, have you met my co-host? He's like, no. I said, JJ and I have been working together for a lot of years. This is David Matlin. He's the athletic director at Hawaii. And JJ kind of does a double take.
I enjoyed the conversation because he was honest. He was open.
Does he not look like an athletic director?
I don't even know what an athletic director looks like. But
just the way he was kind of like shuffling through there early, I'm like, who's this guy hustling for a quote? Like, and then like, oh, it's the athletic director.
Well,
it's super nice.
And I think why you'll enjoy this is because, and I say this a lot, Hawaii and New Mexico are not horribly dissimilar in regards to their athletic programs. While New Mexico is not as isolated geographically as Hawaii, sometimes you feel like we are, right? And budget-wise, what it means to the state, the sense of insecurity, I think that the fan base has, they're not very dissimilar. And what we're going through in the world of college athletics now, David talks about a lot. I think you'll enjoy that tomorrow. So. All right,
gotta Google what he looks like.
David Matlin, yeah, great dude, man.
He's super nice, and like what I like about the conversation is no one was too just, we're on the Cincinnati. Like if you can open him up a little bit. Matlin was honest. He's an athletic director that has sports playing in multiple conferences. I think that is a big part of the potential future of college athletics. Because if you keep having these super mega conferences, it's going to break the system. It's going to. And it's something that you need to say, all right, you're making a lot of money. There's going to be some discrepancies somewhere. But if you want to try to take all your sports, all these places, this entire system's going to collapse.
One thing, Amory, we found, and JJ, it was great that JJ was there this year because it validated what I thought. So you hear a lot of the interviews. Radio Row, if you've ever been on a Radio Row, everybody's right there. You hear what that guy, and some guys are really loud talkers.
Mm-hmm.
There was one of those.
You said one?
There are a few of them. One guy's just extremely loud. One dude you could hear sitting across the street.
His voice carries.
It's just scream. And like JJ said, dude, the mic's right next to your mouth. Like, I mean, he's just that guy, and he's just got it.
And he was so quiet at the airport.
Yeah,
He
we
didn't
saw
say
the airport.
anything.
He barely whispered. But anyway, you hear the conversations that the interviews, the conversations, what we get out of these guys, and I'm not saying we're great, but the conversations that we steer, is that fair? The questions that we ask, I think they're different. I'm not telling you better if you're into the X's and O's stuff, and some guys get other stuff that we don't get out of the players. But what I think they felt with us, and I hope that it was conveyed in what you were able to listen to, is they're comfortable. We're not the gotcha guys. We're not looking for that quote. We're trying to tell their stories. And I think you've heard some really cool stories from Panay Pavea, who grew up in Samoa, and his route to Logan Bonner's route from Arkansas State to where he is now. I mean, he just told you about how he was going to go to Middle Tennessee. He transferred. Ended up going to Logan sight unseen, goes up there, gets hurt. He's sitting there on the sidelines to spring practice in the snow. And he's like, I can't say anything. I mean, I'm on a sled. What can I, he
At that point, he's like, what have I done?
What have I done? Where the hell
broken
am I?
foot, standing in the snow.
In Logan, Utah.
It's nice. It's very
beautiful.
picturesque when it snows in Logan.
Logan's beautiful. All right. Still got time for you to get in. 505-246-0610. Lobo Hobo sent me an email on the Aqib Talib story. And again, it's such a, I don't know what word is powerful enough for the Aqib Talib story, because disturbing and disgusting and upsetting just doesn't feel like enough. And if you just joined us, he's accused of crossing the field at a youth football game, punching a coach. They're starting a brawl, and then his brother pulled out a gun and shot and killed the coach, allegedly. Lobo Hobo says, Jeff, this blows out of the water the caller last week that claimed the world needs to be more like sports because everyone always gets along. Yeah, I guess it does. It's just so unbelievably brutal. Text line says there's a lot less security at club and AAU ball. A lot less security than where? Here's my deal. I can't even believe I'm saying this. The fact that I got to worry about going to a youth sporting event, I don't care if it's a football game, an AAU basketball game, and I got to worry about the security at a youth sports event. And the reality is we kind of are there, aren't we? I'm going to go into a gym and I got to look around and wonder, what's the security like? Are we okay? If any guy goes across the court, the field, and pulls out a gun, are we good? I mean, honestly, I know this is a one-off. I know this isn't a trend. I understand that. But like this text just says, there's a lot less security at club and AAU ball. Then what? Why do I have to go and watch my kid play, or you have to go watch your kid play and worry about your security? Isn't that kind of a safe haven? Youth athletics? Shouldn't it be?
Yes, it should.
What the hell are we doing? Do you ever wonder that?
A lot.
God bless it. All right. Anything happen before we go? Panthers are going to name Baker Mayfield their starting quarterback. Aaron Rodgers has met with his receivers. If you give a damn. Yankees won a game. The world could go back to its order now.
Walk-off grand slam.
Josh Donaldson, 10th inning, walk-off grand slam. Everything's fine with the world now.
Fun series. Blue Jays Yankees gets going today.
So, the world was Yankees will never win again. They're only scoring 3 runs a game. Who was really worried about this? It's like what you say with the Dodgers. So they lost 2 in a row. Okay.
Who was worried?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yankee fans. Like Dodger fans are worried that somehow Dave Roberts is going to mess everything up for some reason.
That may happen. Yeah, that may happen. And the other topic of conversation early this morning, United lose 2-0 yesterday at home to Memphis 901. 3rd straight loss. JJ, I believe that is their longest home losing streak in their short history, correct? I don't know if they've ever lost.
Well, one season they didn't have any home games to have.
All right, fair enough. So that makes their history even shorter that we're going back and looking at. I think, in the 3 years that they played home matches, they've lost 3 in a row. 1 point in their last 4 matches. That was a draw at Los Dos on Sunday in Los Angeles. Next up, Monterey Bay will be at the ball pitch. That will be on Saturday. JJ Buck will be on the call with Tyler Ortega on ESPN Plus. Don't forget tonight, and if Colin's soccer fan, and I mean, admittedly, I'm not soccer fanatic, but I understand the benefit of the game. I appreciate it, and I think this is a big day for this community. Lobo women's soccer opens the season today against 6th-ranked Rutgers. What time does that match start?
7:30.
7:30 at the UNM Soccer Complex.
$3.
$3 whole dollars to get in. Go out and experience that. Go out and enjoy that. Go out and you got the 6th-ranked team in the country, and not just
Lobo Invitational. So they'll back it up with a game on Sunday as well against Cal State Bakersfield.
Yeah, but not just the soccer community, by the way. I mean, if you're a sports fan, you got high school football starting tonight as well, so you got lots to go out and do.
Kids playing and get it.
If they don't go, they can watch the match, and JJ will be on the call.
Mountain West Network, Lobo TV, GoLobos.com.
So you click on GoLobos.com, click on, it says
the
sports.
story.
It says sports up there.
Yeah.
You can go down to schedule, and it
Maybe.
says watch here. It's really that simple.
And as we leave, sources around the NFL are saying that a settlement for Deshaun Watson is coming down. It looks like it's going to be an 11-game suspension, $5 million fine.
Okay, you feel okay with that? And that'll be the big story tomorrow. Thanks to Jerry Palm, CBS Sports, Logan Bonner, Utah State's quarterback, for being with us today. The Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Coward follows that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4. Then you get Isotopes Baseball at Tacoma. Hey, Marie, a work today.
Thank you.
Adrian, you also were spectacular today. Thank you. Big day for you today.
Huge day.
Enjoy it, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We will smell you on Friday tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop. Fish, birds, cats, dogs, reptiles, and small animals. Clark's has built a tradition of friendly, knowledgeable service focused on affordable, quality pet care products and food. Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations for all your pet needs, including an extensive selection of gifts for both owners and pets. 11200 Manal Northeast or 4914 Lomas Northeast. Clark's Pet Emporium is celebrating 50 years. Thank you, Albuquerque, the pet supply superstore. ClarksPets.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream